Hello and welcome to the south of France. I've been here for exactly a week now. So I arrived 7 days back. Yes, Andy, that is a week. Thank you for explaining. And I'm doing workaway. So I'm staying with a family who lives here. And I'm doing some tasks for them. And therefore they let me live with them and provide me with food and stuff. And I must say, I'm pretty happy here. There's a giant freaking hornet chilling behind me and I don't even give a, Usually I'm like, wah, hornets! But now I'm like, yeah, whatever. They just do their thing, I just do my thing. We're living in peace. Right, so the family is super nice. They're such kind people. At least that's how I experience them. They try to make me speak French, and thus I'm learning to speak French. Un petit peu. And yeah, it's a family of 5. So there's always something going on. There's the couple and then 3 children. The youngest one is 4 years old and then we have 2 teenagers. So you can imagine there's always something going on here. But yeah, I kind of like it here. It's really nice. And it's not just the family that is super nice here. Also the weather is great. At least it has been this week. I mean, look at the completely blue sky. I'm outside with a t-shirt. We can have lunch outside. Nice. Speaking of food, they mainly eat raw vegan food with some exceptions, but I had no problem getting used to that. It was just, okay, that's what we eat now. Great, it tastes good, I still have energy, I don't miss anything in my diet. I think even on the contrary, I feel like I have a better diet than I usually have. My skin is a lot better, I don't get any new spots anywhere, at least I don't feel any. So yeah, I think diet-wise it's great. Also, if I'm hungry, I can just take stuff. So I can just go in and grab an apple, or a clementine, or an avocado, or a banana, or pomegranate. This stuff is really good. Or maybe a mango. So I'm not gonna starve here. I can just grab that stuff. Isn't that great? Also, fruits in the south of France, way better than you get them in Austria. I mean, we're a bit out of season with most of the fruits. And I can also come here and just grab one of those things. I have no idea what those are. I've never seen them before. But they taste delicious. I mean, it's not all great. Especially in the beginning, I had a bit of a, not such an easy time because of the way they deal with certain health things that are currently active in the world. And I really didn't like that in the beginning because I come from a family where we took it very seriously, let's say it like that. And here I was greeted with a hug, which is nice. But also I didn't even hug my family goodbye, So kind of weird. Also, the first day I arrived here, there was a party going on. And yeah, in the beginning I was like, But then I just accepted it. Then I just managed to accept this. We're in one of the small villages outside of Nîmes. So it's not an area where a lot of people are in small places, right? And even though France has more cases than Austria, but Austria is catching up now, I still think that I'm pretty safe here. And also, even if someone in the family gets it, then everybody's gonna get it. I mean, the way we interact and the way we eat and stuff, that would happen. But by now I'm okay with the fact because, first of all, chances for that happening are slim. Secondly, if it happens, well, let it happen. If I die, I die. So what? But I'm young and healthy because I have a good diet. So I don't think that it's gonna hit me hard. And I'm only so careful at home because I don't want my parents to get sick. Or my grandparents, even worse, And here it's just me. So, right? You can just be like, okay. I mean, I don't want to. Definitely still don't want to. But I just accepted it. I mean, I just accepted to live with that risk now. Because you just live a lot more happy if you don't think about it too much. In my notes it literally says, in the beginning I didn't feel comfortable, but now I'm YOLOing. Because if it was really a priority for me to definitely not get that thing that is currently circling the world, then I shouldn't be here, right? I should just lock myself in my room. But I said that that's exactly not what I want to do. That is precisely why I started FOMO 2020 and get out to do stuff. And speaking of getting out and doing stuff, oh man, I got a lot of stuff to do. There are many different things that I get to do around here. Some of those things I enjoy to do, like driving people around. And welcome to Nîmes. What am I doing here that early? Well, I'm bringing the previous workaway worker to the main station. Am I allowed to be here? No. Am I allowed to park here? No. Is this country in lockdown? Yes. Do I need a reason to be outside? Absolutely. So let's move back. I mean, it's a really nice getting to know Nîmes trip on the side streets. Way. Or taking the car somewhere to pick up something. Yo, I mean, this just looks amazing. I mean, look. I'm now transporting 600 euros worth of vegetables and fruits. Nice! They also had an old car before, but they sold it. Those automatic ones, nice cars, really nice cars. They really drive well. Driving people or stuff around, that's something that I really enjoy because I get to see the area around. Also, we're in confinement. In France, there's basically a lockdown, so you're not allowed to be outside unless you have a reason. Still, if it's for work, or for shopping, then you can take the car out and get stuff. And yeah, that's something that I like. Or when I have to take care of the little one, Sia. If her parents are working and the school is not open or she's home for other reasons, I can take care of her. And that's actually also quite fun. Because on the one hand, I get to, interact with children. And I'm in that age where I like children. I used to hate children, but now I like them. And also, I learn French. Like, I probably learn more from Sia than from interactions with the other people, because Sia just keeps talking to me, and if I don't understand, then she explains it to me, or she tries to explain it to me. And it's simple words. So yeah, I'm definitely improving my French vocabulary when watching her, and that's quite cool. So there are those tasks that I don't see as work, where I'm like, yeah, I can definitely do that. That's nice. That's the kind of things that I would do without getting paid. Oh wait, I do that without getting paid. Then there's other stuff as well, like gardening. I've never worked in a garden before. Also, before I did the gardening, I had to build a fence to keep the chickens out. And that was okay in the beginning, but then it just got repetitive and boring because it was a long way to build the fence all the way up there, and kind of got tired of it, It was also not good weather that day, so it was cold. It was moist and foggy, and it was just a lot of work to do. Then the next day the sun was out and I was listening to music while I was working, and that also made it a lot better. Today with the sun, that's how I like to work. Also because I saw the end. I was like, okay, I just need to do this and this and this, and then I'm done with that. That also helped. I had to build a fence, I built the fence. But there's no real incentive for me to get stuff done quickly, because if I'm done with one task, I'll get the next one. Like, there are enough tasks around the house that I can continuously work, right? Even now, I have like 4 things that I need to be doing. Get the fruits off that tree, pick up Sia later. Ah, what great weather. What a great task. I come pick up Sia with a bike. Put straw under the things, put insecticides on the wooden thing in the house. And once I'm done, I get more. But yeah, I don't mind that. But also, that's why I'm not trying to be super efficient when doing my tasks. I'm trying to do a good job. And I told myself I'm not gonna do more than I'm willing to do. At the moment where I feel, I don't want to do this, I want to stop, because I'm not even getting paid for this, except for in food. Stop it. But yeah, I'm not here to do work that I don't want to do. And they're also super nice about that. They told me that I should tell them if it is some work that I don't want to do, because they also want me to be happy here. So they won't let me do the stuff, or they won't make me do the stuff that I don't want to do. So that's super nice. But yeah, I'm also learning a lot while doing the tasks. For instance, I learned how to make a fire. I never made a fire myself. But then on the second day he was just like, yeah, make a fire here. You can find the wood here. Here's some paper that might help you. Here's some matches. Go make a fire. And I was like, okay, sure. Never made a fire. Let's make a fire. Can't be that hard. It wasn't that hard. So yeah, it's I learned stuff, also gardening, also about vegan diets and how they cook and stuff. But also I learn about myself and the kind of work that I want to do and not want to do. And essentially, I mean, that's why I'm doing FOMO, to try stuff out, right? I like clementines. Because let me tell you, it was never software development that was my problem. Because in one of my previous videos I said I don't want to do software development. But software development is not the problem. The problem is working on repetitive tasks that are not interesting. That's what I found out while being here. Like building that fence. In the beginning, it's interesting figuring out, okay, how can I do this? That the fence stays there, okay, good. But then repeating that process over and over again until the whole fence is done, boring. Boring. Today I had a task where I was supposed to get the leaves off of the roof. Remove all them leaves from this roof with that heck of a tool. And that, even though I spent quite a long time working on that, was interesting. Why? Because it kept providing me with challenges. Damn. No, I lost it. Shit, my tool broke and I lost my tool on the roof. Okay, how do I get the tool down? Come on. Just a tiny bit. Ah! I mean, sometimes you just gotta get creative, right? This is my idea how to get the tool down. Now that causes more problems. I caught the wrong fish. I'm not supposed to catch that. I'm supposed to catch that. God damn it, Andy. The plan was so great, but the execution was shit. Now I'm destroying the other parts of the route. How can I fix that? Eventually we're getting there. Well, I mean, it's not 100% clean, but it's certainly better than before. So that was just constantly me having to think and come up with solutions to my current problem. Even though the work itself wasn't particularly interesting. You know, if I tell you, go get the leaves of that roof, that's not a task where I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting, I want to do that. But it was interesting because I was challenged. You know? And so I'm assuming it's the exact same thing with software development. I just happen to have worked on projects that didn't provide me with enough challenge. I don't mind programming. I actually like programming. You know, at university I liked it. And I think that's also why I didn't enjoy the coding exercise for Iteratech, but I did enjoy the coding exercises for Bitpanda. Boom. Boom. Score. That was actually quite fun. Way more fun than the other one that I did. There were 5 tasks and it's just problem solving, and that's the kind of, such as in my studies, just doing some fun stuff. That's good. Problem, solution within 45 minutes, and then you can forget about it and not work the entire day on that one thing. So the short little tests, much nicer. And speaking of Bitpanda, just yesterday I had my first job interview with them, because yes, I applied for a job with them because I use Bitpanda myself, because I use their exchange to buy all my cryptocurrencies. I currently have 10k on that exchange. Anyhow, and I'm really interested in that topic, the whole blockchains. And when I was talking to her, I actually thought about, yeah, that could be interesting working for Bitpanda, working on blockchain technologies. It sounds really interesting. But there's another problem. It will be a 40-hour all-in contract. And we all know that I don't want to do 40 hours all in. I'm still getting coached to figure out what I really want to do with my life and stuff. That's also the reason why I am on this trip in the first place. Figuring out what I want to do with my life. And during the coaching sessions, we more or less found out that working a job, like as an employee, is not really what I want to do, right? And that's not what I want to do with my life. I tend a lot more in the direction to start my own business. However, maybe one last job, but no, probably not. If the team seems to be really, really nice and they would pay my 50+K per year, then I might consider it. Piss off. But I'd have to move to Vienna and I'd actually have to get up in the morning, and as I said, all in. That all doesn't sound like super like what I want to do, right? So I better find a way to make my life work without having to do that much work. Because let's face it, like this, I can live. I can live like this. This is an easy way of living. I have shelter, I have food. I don't get no money, but I don't really need it because I don't have to spend any money here. As long as I'm here, I don't have to spend any money. Zero. I mean, I do spend a lot of money buying Bitcoin, but that's a different story. And also just in the hopes that I get more money afterwards. Investing, that's what it's called. And so I could keep living this sort of life. I could hop from workaway to workaway. However, it's also not quite the life I want, right? Because I'm still working for other people. And that could be another reason why I don't like to work if I work for other people. Let me give you the example with the fence again. Building a fence, if I would do it for myself in my own garden, knowing that I built that fence for me, I think I would have more motivation to get it done than if I'm building a fence for someone else. Same with software. If I'm building software for someone else, then I'm like, pfft. But if I build it for myself or my business with the expectation that it will make me money or it will provide me with some value, then I'm much more inclined to actually do it, to get it done, right? So yeah, those are two important things. I want to work on non-repetitive, non-boring stuff, and I want to work for me. I want to decide what I work on. I completely drifted off of my script. Where was my script? Yeah, so coaching. So yeah, I think that those coaching sessions actually help me. They are quite expensive, but I do feel like that it pushes me in the right direction because she just constantly gives me a kick in the butt to get stuff done. Because without work, I will not get the life I want. I will still have a nice life because I already have a nice life, but I will not get the life that I really, really want. So I'm still working on visualizing that, you know, seeing what my life is supposed to be like, and then once I have that vision and then I can work towards that, I can always see that, then I always know why I'm doing the things that I'm doing if I have that vision. So I need to properly define my future life. That's still what I have to do. So I'm still working on that. But yeah, I'm making progress. Definitely making progress, learning about myself, learning about my future, what I want to do, what I don't want to do. So I think we're on a good path. So life is good here. I certainly have more ups and downs than I usually have, but it's a lot better than having this constant meh feeling. I'm doing okay. Because the highs are definitely worth the lows. And you know, that's what feeling alive is like. There's actually a lot more to the life around here. I can tell you more about the diet that we're having. Also, fun fact, they have a compost toilet, so they don't have a toilet with running water, which I also got used to pretty quickly. It's not that much different. If you're interested in that, I can also, not sure I want to say show, but definitely tell you about that. And if you have any other questions about my life or anything in general, let me know, put them in the comments, put it on my Discord. Essentially, those are the kind of videos that I like to make, you know? And that's why I'm making them. Because I want to be able to look back on what my life was like back then when I wasn't there, you know? Seeing my journey is also something really interesting. Recently I watched a video I made on Mallorca, and I was like super happy that I saw that video and saw me there and saw what it was like. So yeah, that's why I'm making those videos. Mainly for myself. Also in the hopes that some other people are interested in it. Since you're watching, you seem to be one of them. Thanks for that like and subscribing. And if you're actually interested in those kind of videos, you might as well hit that notification bell, because I'm gonna post more of these and less of the loop station stuff, unfortunately. Even though I want to do that, that's more a thing of running a business. The loop station stuff I do for making the money, right? And this is what I'm doing for myself without the expectation of ever making any money on it. Why do you run ads then? Well, because I make a few cents, okay? Better than nothing. Anyhow, if you excuse me, I still got a lot of tasks to do. It's probably gonna rain the next few days, so I need to still get some stuff done. I also have to give private lessons where I make some more money that I can invest in Bitcoin, because I don't need it for anything else. And yeah, life is good here is the too long didn't read, and I will see you next week, I suppose. Till then, bye bye. Freedom and health to you. And then also make your backup. Still, we don't want to forget about that. Yeah, okay. Cool! Moving on. I'm